The stage is set for controversy on one of the nation's most watched late-night shows tonight. Under the bright studio lights, a beloved superstar, Selena Gomez, steps into the spotlight alongside the charismatic yet frequently divisive host, Oliver Grant. What should have been a night of light-hearted banter and entertainment takes an unexpected turn when one ill-judged remark sends ripples of discomfort through the studio. The laughter fades quickly, and the tension grows thicker by the second. Will this single joke spark a more significant debate about the limits of humor and respect? Or will it expose deeper fault lines within the entertainment world? The atmosphere in the studio shifts from excitement to unease in mere moments, hinting that this particular broadcast might become more than just another late-night episode. With the cameras rolling and the world watching, there's a sense that boundaries will be tested and alliances might be questioned. When the dust settles, everyone, Selena Gomez, Oliver Grant, and the audience, may find themselves forever changed by a moment that redefines careers and perceptions about celebrity culture. Don't miss this story that everyone will dissect in the coming days as the fallout reaches far beyond the stage. Selena Gomez arrives at the studio in her usual graceful manner, radiating a warmth that has endeared her to millions of fans worldwide. Her story, woven through hit songs, successful acting roles, and philanthropic efforts, resonates with people from all walks of life. Many admire how she has navigated personal struggles, including health challenges and the public scrutiny of her relationships, with resilience and authenticity. Behind her polished exterior lies a person who has faced her share of hurdles, learning to balance a demanding career with the search for genuine connections and emotional well-being. In recent interviews, she has opened up about her passion for mental health advocacy, emphasizing the importance of self-care and self-compassion. That honesty has earned her a reputation as more than just a pop icon. She is seen by fans as a beacon of hope and understanding, someone who uses her platform to speak openly about issues that matter. Upon stepping onto Oliver Grant's late-night set, Selena is greeted with loud cheers. This glowing applause reflects her widespread appeal. The audience's enthusiasm highlights her popularity, but a quiet sense of admiration extends beyond her professional success. She appears composed, maintaining a gentle smile as she waves to the crowd and takes her seat. It's a moment that sets a cordial tone for the evening, with viewers anticipating a thoughtful exchange rather than sensationalism. There is an unquestionable comfort in seeing her in this setting, as if her presence alone might guide the conversation towards sincere reflections on fame, artistry, and living under constant public attention. Yet, underneath this calm facade, no one suspects how quickly the mood will shift. Her kind demeanor, under normal circumstances, would diffuse any awkwardness. However, one offhand remark will test her poise and challenge her resolve in a way few could have predicted. Oliver Grant, the host of this late-night show, is no stranger to controversy. Known for his brash style, he has built a career around pushing conversations to their edge, sometimes flirting with lines that more traditional hosts dare not approach. Audiences tune in each night, partly for the comedic monologues, but also to witness his unpredictable antics, unsure whether he will tread lightly or bulldoze right over sensitive topics. Oliver's liberal leanings are a core part of his public persona. Yet, his interpretation of political correctness often feels contradictory to viewers. He has fervently defended free speech, arguing that comedy should never be censored and criticizing specific public figures for crossing moral or ethical boundaries. This duality has led some to hail him as a truth-teller who challenges hypocrisy. In contrast, others see him as an inconsistent firebrand who takes cheap shots for ratings. Before landing his primetime slot, Oliver was a stand-up comedian traveling through grimy clubs, perfecting his timing and learning to captivate an audience. His quick wit and confidence eventually opened doors to televised appearances, where he proved adept at balancing societal commentary with slapstick humor. That blend, although compelling, often leaves his guests feeling simultaneously entertained and slightly on edge. Some appreciate his willingness to explore deeper issues, primarily political and cultural debates, while others find his bluntness off-putting. It's not unusual for him to spend one night empathizing with a social cause and the next night ridiculing it for laughs. Despite his unpredictability, Oliver remains an industry fixture. He has harnessed the power of social media to engage with fans, occasionally fueling Twitter wars with detractors. In interviews, he framed his approach as unfiltered honesty, explaining that he wants to cut through manufactured images and reveal the raw truths of the entertainment world. Critics, however, maintain that this supposed honesty often veers into sensationalism. His charisma sustains his popularity, but it also sometimes overshadows the fact that, beyond the jokes, he is a man with his own set of convictions, vulnerabilities, and insecurities. Whether his actions are driven by a genuine desire to challenge societal norms or simply by the thrill of stirring the pot remains the subject of endless debate. Yet, on this particular night, Oliver's choice of words will ignite a firestorm, compelling him to examine the consequences of his brand of fearless comedy in a far more personal way than ever before. On a typical evening, Oliver Grant's show bursts into life with energetic music reverberating through the studio. The crowd, often composed of local fans and excited tourists, responds with raucous applause that echoes off the walls. Lights flash, cameras pan across the eager audience, and Oliver strides onto the stage wearing a confident grin. The producers keep the atmosphere lively, warming attendees up with jokes and small giveaways before the cameras start rolling. Usually, this establishes a playful energy, fueling Oliver's humor in his opening monologue. Guests range from rising comedians to major Hollywood stars, creating an eclectic lineup that keeps viewers guessing. Tonight, in many ways, follows that familiar blueprint. The band plays its upbeat tune. Oliver delivers a topical monologue referencing political events and pop culture happenings, and the audience laughs. The interplay between the host and viewers balances expectation and spontaneity. Everyone knows Oliver will make witty quips, yet they keep a watchful eye for any moment when he might say something controversial. As the show progresses, there's a slight undercurrent of anticipation. Selena Gomez's appearance is highly publicized, and fans are eager to see her in a more relaxed environment, hoping to witness a side of her that might differ from standard interviews. The buzz builds, setting the stage for what initially seems like an evening of entertaining conversation with only a mild edge of unpredictability. From the moment Selena Gomez joins Oliver Grant on the show, the banter flows in a comfortable, almost playful direction. Early on, he asks about her latest musical ventures, collaborations with various artists, and upcoming philanthropic initiatives. Selena responds with the sort of thoughtful calm that has endeared her to fans for years, displaying a modest pride in her accomplishments alongside genuine gratitude for the support she continually receives. The crowd's enthusiasm remains palpable, and laughter weaves through the conversation whenever Oliver slips in a light-hearted tease about her music videos or acting roles. The first segment of their interview feels like a standard celebrity chat, amiable and sprinkled with mild jokes. Gradually, however, Oliver's questioning begins to shift in tone. He transitions from surface-level chatter about new singles and movie cameos to more personal subjects like Selena's past relationships, mental health journey, and experiences with intense media scrutiny. Though Selena maintains composure, the atmosphere subtly tightens. The audience continues to laugh at Oliver's jests. Yet, viewers' pockets start to feel uneasy when certain remarks appear uncomfortably probing. Oliver's comedic style hinges on pushing those boundaries. While he cloaks many of his comments in humor, there's an undercurrent suggesting he's fishing for a headline-making moment. The tension becomes more evident when he alludes to the negative social media commentary Selena has faced, hinting that perhaps her personal struggles have overshadowed her professional achievements. A few chuckles from the audience sound strained, and Selena's polite smile wavers ever so slightly. Still, she addresses each question with dignity, emphasizing the importance of mental wellness and personal growth. Her measured responses stand in stark contrast to Oliver's increasingly barbed approach. Observers in the live audience start exchanging anxious glances, uncertain whether this interview is still grounded in typical late-night humor or drifting into territory that feels exploitative. The seeds of unease are sown, and though the show's format moves on with further segments, everyone senses that a rift is growing. The conversation might soon devolve into something sharper that tests the boundaries of politeness, leaving viewers on the edge of their seats. Before we dive deeper into this intense exchange, we'd like to ask for your support. Our goal is to reach 1,000 subscribers, and with your help, through likes, comments, and shares, we can keep growing and improving our content. If you've enjoyed these thought-provoking stories or have feedback on how we can improve, let us know in the comments. Every subscription and interaction helps us refine our approach, ensuring we continue delivering the coverage and discussions you care about most. Thank you for being part of this journey, and now, back to the show. With the studio lights still gleaming and the atmosphere taut with expectation, Oliver Grant leans forward and crafts a remark that surprises everyone. Seemingly out of nowhere, he positions a question that starts innocently enough, referencing Selena Gomez's journey from child star to international performer, before sliding into a mockery about her past emotional struggles. The tone of his voice suggests humor, yet it strikes a sensitive nerve. A few scattered laughs echo across the audience, but many spectators immediately sense discomfort. Selena's expression reflects a mixture of disbelief and mild indignation, as if she can't quite believe what she's just heard. The host's comedic style typically involves edgy jabs, but still within acceptable banter. This time, the punchline comes across as mean-spirited, suggesting that her struggles are merely fodder for entertainment. As Oliver delivers the line, his timing and intonation initially spark a split second of chuckles from those who react before fully processing the meaning. Then, almost instantly, the laughter fizzles out. The energy in the room shifts, and nervous murmurs replace the lighthearted applause. Selena remains composed, but her pause before responding speaks volumes. She takes a moment to gather her thoughts, her eyes revealing a flicker of hurt. Across social media, clips of this moment begin to surface within minutes. Viewers watching live broadcasts tweet about how the joke felt inappropriate or painfully insensitive, especially given Selena's well-known advocacy for mental health and emotional well-being. Even those fans of Oliver's usual sharp, irreverent humor appear torn, uncertain whether he crossed a line that should never have been approached in such a public setting. A hush seemed to blanket the set, and one could almost hear hearts pounding in anticipation of Selena's return. The crowd collectively holds its breath, waiting to see if she will match Oliver's provocation with anger or gracefully dismiss it. It is the pivotal moment of the evening, an abrupt spotlight on the cost of irreverent comedy when it teeters on cruelty. Everything that happens next will revolve around this instant of shocking insensitivity. The tension spreads like wildfire among the production team, who scramble behind the scenes to address what they fear will be a viral public relations disaster. Producers signal to Oliver Grant to move on to another topic. Still, he lingers in an uncomfortable pause, uncertain how to transition without appearing guilty or dismissive. Some staff members rush to interpret the severity of the situation, conferring quietly through headsets about whether they should cut to a commercial break. Meanwhile, audience members are caught between curiosity and disbelief, many shifting in their seats, checking their phones, and whispering to one another. Online, the reaction starts immediately. Those who watched the live taping sent tweets and posts, including short, shaky cell phone videos capturing Selena's reaction to the joke. Within minutes, headlines on various entertainment blogs begin to appear, using terms like offensive, unprofessional, and crossing the line to describe Oliver's remark. Fans of Selena flood social media with messages of support for her and accusations of insensitivity toward the host. Others, still fans of Oliver's brand of comedy, argued that people are overreacting, insisting that his intention was merely to make light of widely known aspects of Selena's life. Backstage, Selena's team goes into immediate damage control mode. They gather outside her dressing room, quietly debating how to respond should the media turn this into a full-blown scandal. Some advisors suggest issuing a public statement to condemn the remark. In contrast, others feel it might be wiser to downplay the incident and avoid escalating the tension. Although Selena remains composed, the effects of the joke's sting seem undeniable. She confides in a close friend who accompanied her, expressing astonishment that a host with Oliver's reputation would stoop to such a personal jab. Her concern extends beyond her own feelings. She worries about the broader implications for those struggling with mental health who look up to her as a role model. Amid all the frantic whispering and strategizing, no one can predict how far-reaching this backlash will become. By the following day, the incident had exploded across media outlets everywhere. The controversial snippet of Oliver's joke dominates entertainment news cycles and social media feeds. Clips of Selena's stunned reaction go viral, generating a flurry of think pieces analyzing the boundaries between comedic license and outright insensitivity. Major television networks invite celebrity experts, psychologists, and media analysts to weigh in, with discussions ranging from the ethical responsibilities of public figures to how jokes about mental health can influence public perception. In online forums, debate rages. Supporters of Selena hail her composure as an example of grace under fire. In contrast, others point to Oliver's track record of provocative humor, labeling this uproar as an overreaction by a culture too easily offended. Still, many people interpret the moment as symptomatic of a bigger problem in entertainment: the casual dismissal of personal struggles for the sake of ratings and buzz. Hashtags condemning the joke trend for days, and fans from around the world expressed solidarity with Selena by sharing their own battles with mental health, hoping to underscore the seriousness of the issue. Traditional newspapers and news sites seized the opportunity to examine the broader cultural context. Some placed the incident in line with previous moments when comedians or talk show hosts faced backlash for ridiculing personal traumas. Others focus on whether Oliver's liberal persona and public stances on mental health awareness contrasts so starkly with his joke that they reveal a hidden hypocrisy. Selena's advocates highlight her charitable work and commitment to speaking openly about her vulnerabilities, questioning why a host claiming to respect authenticity would trivialize such matters. As days turn into a week of nonstop coverage, the story transcends its initial shock value, morphing into a commentary on the responsibilities of public platforms and how easily social progress can be undermined by a careless attempt at humor. Everyone involved feels the intensity of this public microscope, fueling speculation about what Selena will say next and whether Oliver will stand by his words or offer an apology. Selena Gomez initially remains silent, taking time to collect her thoughts and consult with trusted advisors. After several days of fervent public speculation, she releases a written statement through her social media channels. In it, she addresses the broader conversation about mental health, acknowledging her vulnerability in sharing her journey while emphasizing the importance of compassion and empathy in media discussions. Without naming Oliver Grant directly in the statement, she alludes to the pain caused when personal battles are used as punchlines. This measured approach showcases her desire to steer the conversation toward understanding and away from public mudslinging. Behind closed doors, Selena wrestles with conflicting emotions. She knows that the public often craves drama, yet her objective has always been to use her platform for good. Her advisors suggest she could make a forceful condemnation of the joke. Still, Selena insists that her message should be about broader advocacy rather than a personal vendetta. She recalls the times she felt alone and misunderstood when coping with her health challenges. She empathizes with viewers who might experience similar struggles. Turning the spotlight on that shared vulnerability, she focuses on fostering a dialogue about responsible communication, something she believes is crucial in an era where divisive commentary can go viral in seconds. Selena balances graciousness and resolve as she fields interviews and responds to media inquiries. She refuses to let the conversation devolve into anger or bitterness, maintaining that everyone, including talk show hosts, can learn and grow from mistakes. Meanwhile, her fans express overwhelming support, applauding her refusal to stoop to insults or defensive posturing. For many, her response reinforces the authenticity they admire, reminding them why she remains such a beloved figure. Although the controversy continues to swirl, her calm stance shifts the narrative, prompting observers to reflect on the difference between comedic freedom and hurtful targeting. In turning the focus to empathy and responsibility, Selena plants the seeds for a more meaningful resolution to the crisis while demonstrating an unwavering commitment to the causes she holds dear. Amid the intense media scrutiny, legal and ethical discussions emerge concerning what talk show hosts can or should say under free speech. Entertainment law experts and media ethicists weigh in on the matter, comparing Oliver Grant's controversial remark to past instances in which public figures faced lawsuits or network sanctions for on-air comments deemed defamatory or harmful. Some analysts argue that jokes about someone's medical or mental health history can stray into legally risky territory, especially if they imply false statements or malicious intent. Yet, the standard for proving libel or slander is notably high, and Selena Gomez has not pursued any such claim. In parallel, public discourse shifts to whether media platforms should intervene or impose guidelines on content that trivialize serious personal struggles. A few experts recall similar controversies where hosts were suspended or required to issue formal apologies. Others note that comedic expression has historically functioned as a societal pressure valve, pushing boundaries to expose uncomfortable truths. This polarized perspective pits the notion of comedy as an art form against the responsibility of influential personalities not to perpetuate stigmas. Oliver's liberal persona further complicates this argument, as people question whether his personal values align with the humor he offers on screen. Critics highlight that mental health advocacy has gained significant momentum recently, with numerous celebrities and public figures championing openness and compassion. Jokes that appear to undermine these efforts risk normalizing dismissive attitudes, potentially discouraging individuals from seeking help. Supporters of Oliver, however, maintain that it is a single misplaced joke. At the same time, offensive doesn't necessarily invalidate his entire career or philanthropic efforts. They suggest that society's willingness to cancel public figures over controversial comments can stifle genuine dialogue and limit the comedic space to harmless, inoffensive topics. These debates underscore the complexity of balancing artistic freedom with social responsibility, illustrating that controversies like this often expand beyond the immediate incident to provoke more profound questions about entertainment ethics. Over time, these discussions shape viewer expectations and industry standards, influencing how future hosts and personalities handle sensitive issues on air. As the public discourse grows, network executives begin to fear the lasting impact of the scandal on ratings and advertiser relationships. Internal deliberations ensue, and Oliver Grant is asked to address the controversy on air, framing it as an opportunity to demonstrate accountability and sincerity. After days of mounting pressure, Oliver opens an episode by offering a public apology. He starts by acknowledging the pain his joke caused, admitting that while his intent was humor, he failed to consider the real emotional toll such comments can have on individuals, especially those grappling with mental health challenges. His demeanor is notably more subdued than usual, reflecting the moment's gravity. Behind the scenes, negotiations between Selena Gomez's team and the show's producers result in a statement of support for the apology, provided Oliver's on-air remarks remain respectful and do not distort Selena's position. The network also commits to donating to mental health charities to show that meaningful actions can match words. Although some critics label the gesture as performative or damage control, others applaud the initiative as a constructive step toward righting a public misstep. In a subsequent interview, Selena expresses cautious acceptance of Oliver's apology, reiterating that genuine remorse and proactive support for mental health awareness matter more to her than a simple public statement. She shares that while she wishes the incident had never happened, perhaps the resulting dialogue can serve as a reminder of how powerful and hurtful words can be. In her view, the resolution is not just about forgiving and forgetting, but learning and evolving. As the uproar settles, the collective takeaway appears that everyone, celebrities, hosts, networks, and viewers, plays a role in shaping conversations around vulnerability and respect. Once charged with hurt and outrage, the atmosphere slowly cools into a cautious sense of moving forward. Although the controversy leaves a complicated legacy, it also opens a path for deeper awareness about the precarious balance between comedic freedom and compassionate responsibility. Ultimately, this whirlwind episode underscores how powerful words can be and how quickly a single joke can reverberate across the entertainment landscape. Lessons emerge about respecting personal journeys, recognizing the fine line between provocative humor and hurtful commentary, and acknowledging the responsibility of influencing millions of viewers. As we reflect on this controversy's lasting effects, we also turn to you, our valued community, for support in continuing these crucial discussions. If you appreciate the insights or have thoughts to share, please subscribe to our channel. We aim to reach 1,000 subscribers, and every click brings us closer to fostering a platform where honesty, empathy, and bold storytelling can coexist responsibly. Your engagement matters, so thank you for being part of this journey. Remember, how we use our voices can make all the difference in the world.